What is up, my fellow Com 330ers? My name is Andres Lopez de la Santa Cruz, and I decided to do my cultural artifact presentation on video games. Yeah, that's right, video games. Specifically collecting video games and its value. As lame as it sounds, I love playing video games. Love playing video games. Well, I don't love playing video games, but still, I love playing video games. Honestly, my collection is quite big and maybe too much for this video to capture all and condense it into 5 minutes. So I made the decision to just focus on my collection of the Nintendo 64, its games and accessories. For the vast majority of gamers, the Nintendo 64 represents not only new dimensions to play games, but also a new way to see games. It literally changed the game. Previous to this system, the vast majority of games were pixelated art, like 8-bit and 16-bit, and only ran on the X and Y axis. But when the Nintendo 64 was revealed to gamers, there was something quite different. It starts with a Z, and that is the Z button. Nah, I'm just messing with you. That was the introduction of the Z axis. So instead of characters just going left, right, up, and down, we were now able to move inwards and backwards. And let me tell you, people were going crazy and freaking out when they first saw this in action.
Walk and jog and sprint. This will also give you full degree control.
As I stated before, when the Nintendo 64 first came out, it represented new horizons and advancements in technology to enhance our gaming experience. So that was represented historically, but it represents another thing to another group of gamers. This group played and loved the games as kids and wanted to find ways to enjoy the games they once enjoyed as kids. But one way to do that is by beating the game as fast as possible, otherwise known as speedrunning this game. The Nintendo 64 is famous, notable for its library of games to speedrun with. Two of the most famous, notable, and respected speedruns are for Super Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. We'll be focusing on Mario 64. What is up, class? So, for speedrunning in this game, typically you need to beat the game in 70 stars, but we're doing it in 16 stars because we're cool. So in order to do that, we need to do a technique called the backwards line jump. So close. Which basically we glitch the game so that we force Mario to go to the other side of the door, this door, and typically I messed up. Typically we need 50 stars to go to this side, but we're doing it in 16 because we're cool and Gucci and we want to get the fastest time as possible. And for this door we need 70, and same concept as the previous one, except this one's easier because there's much more stairs. It's never-ending stairs, and the previous one was like was like a small strip compared to this one, but look, we did it. We're at the last stage. As you saw, there are more ways to enjoy the games other than playing it as intended. These speedruns and using techniques to break the games help us gamers see these classic N64 games as not only great games, but as an embodiment of our lives. Because like the phoenix, once we are worn out and lose our flame, aka we finish the games too easily, we will set a new flame ablaze of a fire stronger than the one before, getting better at the games. This artifact is important to me because as long as I had consciousness, I remember the Nintendo 64 being there. It's been my source of entertainment for 19 years, and my life wouldn't have been the same without it. It's not only a game system to me, but it was a way to hang out with my friends and neighbors, to be able to work as a team or fight against each other, to let go of the stress of a hard day of elementary school brought to me. This is not just a game to me, but I see it as an art piece for all the emotions and memories it brought to me, thanks to the hard work and heart the game developers put into making these fun to play games. It should be alive not only for the great games, but for the historic and the influence it had to people all over the world.